Hi everybody, Brian Seymour, Director of Instructional Technology for Pickerington Local School District here. Today we're going to have a conversation about Airserver. Airserver is an application that you put on your computer that then allows your students to mirror their iPads up on your projector going through your computer. So here's basically what you need. One, you need the Airserver app loaded to your computer. And Pickerington folks, you can do that through the self-service application. You need that app running on your computer. You then need your computer connected to a projector. And then your students need to have iPads. And I'm going to show you here in a second exactly how to get them on once you've got Airserver up and running. Okay, so let me make this a little bit bigger so we can see. So the first thing you're going to do is this is your Airserver app. It will probably be the first time you use it. It will probably end up in your applications folder. So if you go to the little smiley finder guy and you go to applications and you're going to search for Airserver. So when you launch Airserver for the first time, it doesn't really look like it does much, okay? But it goes up here into your toolbar. And when you pull down to it, you get all of these different types of pieces. So the first thing I want you to do is go to Preferences, okay? And when you go to Preferences, I want you to go to General, and I want you to click on one of these things, okay? Something. Do not leave it as no password. If you leave it as no password, what's going to happen then is that every single kid that learns how to do this is going to be able to send stuff to your computer whenever Airserver is open. And you don't want random kids sending you music or sending you things that are going to play through your computer. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go up here, and you can click on any of these. I'm just going to click on Ask Me. So what that's going to do is it's going to put a little message up on my computer that says, so-and-so wants to access or mirror. You're going to do that, okay? A couple other options. Let me turn this off here for a second real quick. A couple other options that you might want to do. There's audio. Just leave it as default. You're fine. Displays are fine. The one thing that you may want to do is if you're having some problems and the network may be running a little bit slower, maybe you've got multiple people doing this or somebody's doing something fairly big, you can actually click on this thing that says slow network. And then what it'll actually do is it'll actually allow you to get more people on there. It'll make the image a little bit less crisp, but it will allow you to get more kids on there. There's also some stuff under advanced, not that big of a deal. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our iPad, okay, and we're going to go ahead and log into the iPad, okay. So you've got all your different apps and such, and what you're going to do is you're going to do a simple little flick from the bottom, and it's going to get all of these different pieces, and you're going to click on the one that says AirPlay. And then on AirPlay, there should be an option that says, for me, it says Brian Seymour's MacBook Air. So it'll change depending on whatever the name of your computer is. So you'll need to figure out what the name of your computer is so the kids know which one it is. Now, if everybody in the school has this, which they're going to, the kids will see a long list of all the different teachers that are on here. So if I'm in a building and there's 20 teachers that has this running at the same time, they'll see all 20 of these. Okay, so they really need to know which computer it is and which one they're picking is the correct one. So for example, I'm just going to click on Brian Seymour's iPad. Now, right underneath that, there's another little button, and I probably can't see this too well. Let me see if I can get it somehow. It says mirroring right underneath there. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that that mirroring button goes green. So see how that changed to green? Okay. So now what we did was we got this message. All right. So when they click on the green button in the mirroring section, you now get access for audio required. Click on yes. If you know the kid, yes. If you don't know the iPad, click on no. And then it will bring up the iPad. And voila, there is the iPad now mirrored onto my computer screen. Okay, so now if I get this connected to a projector, okay, I'm then going to be able to see it on the projector. You can put numerous iPads up there. I've seen as many as 24 iPads up on the screen at the exact same time, so it kind of looks like the Brady Bunch version of this. But the nice thing about this is if you get some very easy to find cheap apps. So for example, if I launch this and I can get, you know, a couple of different whiteboard apps. So, and you can notice now it's tilted it this way. So So let me move everything over so you can see everything. So here we go. We now have the whiteboard app, and we can click on Start. And now my kids can basically draw or do or type whatever it is that they want on here. So if I wanted them to do a simple math problem, they could do that. If I wanted them to draw some kind of a graph, they could do that. And like I said, it's nice that you can have multiple kids up here at the same time. Okay, so if we wanted to, you know, however you want to do it and however you feel would be beneficial for your kids, you can undo it, have them start over again. You could put up multiple at the same time. You could have them do different questions. But basically anything that you see that's on the iPad, you can be able to project. So if you wanted kids to be able to do ST Math online, they could do that. If you wanted to do something with Too Noisy, which is a noise level indicator, you could have that projected up to there. If you wanted to do something, if you had a Class Dojo account and you wanted to be able to walk around and the kids to be able to see it from up there, you could be able to launch Class Dojo and be able to do those. Okay. You could even launch, I mean, anything that's physically here. You could do YouTube videos if you wanted to. You could watch TED. I mean, anything that's on the iPad you can put up there. Now, if you want a kid to get off of the projection, you can do one of two things. You can just go up here on your computer. You can click on this. Boom, that'll log them off. You could also have them do the little swipe from the bottom. Let me try to get this here so you can see it. And if you click here, and then if they just click back to iPad, they're now gone. Okay? So, like I said, lots of opportunities. It's kind of like now every single kid that has an iPad and sitting in front of them now has access to an interactive whiteboard. I'm not a big fan of interactive whiteboards because they isolate one kid to the board where the rest of the class just sits there. This now, any kid that has an iPad now has an interactive whiteboard in their hands, and more because you can do all the different apps, and is able to project that now up onto the screen for the teacher to see it, the class to see it, to have some really nice engaging activities. Okay. This also does sound as well, so if you're projecting any videos through this, you'll also be able to beam sound back and forth. I would strongly suggest you also check out Airserver's website. Just Google Airserver. It's the first thing that comes up. And they've got a lot of exciting things that are coming up and things that you can do with it in the education world. Okay? I hope that you enjoy Airserver. I think it'll really help revolutionize some of the things that we're doing in the classroom and really help to make these an even more better instructional tool than what they already are. All right. Enjoy. Thank you.